to the Kent Lapp Podcast.
But speaking of that snobbery earlier that you were dealing with, like these parties where there's these, like and by the way, like a lot of, I do like scotch, but only a few. Like there's a lot of scotches I don't care for.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of snobbery in the wine industry. A lot. It's like, dude, this is getting weird. You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
It's getting weird. And so I don't particularly care for that snobbery.
Me either.
So it's
and
like
especially if you go and spend time at the wineries with the families and stuff, man, that's not, especially if it's generation, they'll tell you story. It was never about what it's become. It's never about, and even with history of whiskeys and stuff. I mean, this healing water, like it came from the monks that taught the Irish how to make it. The monks made what does it mean? Whiskey is like healing water. It's actually the original name. So, but it's funny how in cultures we can take stuff that was meant for one thing and then turn it into something to say that we're better than someone else.
Yeah. Yeah. And then at some point, you realize that you can gain some attention by knowing all of the flavors and talking about how this should taste and everything. And people are like, oh, that sounds sophisticated. And next thing you know, they're parroting it too. And it's a thing.
And you can lie. I mean, that's really what we found. I mean, when I learned wines, because I was in college, I went to this wine tasting. The guy told me something, man. He was like, look, a good wine is a wine that you like. A bad wine is a wine that you don't like.
Yeah. That's refreshing to hear.
Simple and plain. And that's what I've taken on with guidance is if you like it, it's for you. If you don't
I love
like
that.
it, it's not for you.
Love that.
But nothing is for everyone.
Yes.
You know?
Yep.
So if we went to one place here and the guy.
You want any more?
Oh yeah. The guy was a big rye drinker, right? Now this is true. This is in Nashville, okay? From a business that says they support local and all of that. Gave him a bottle, tried it. All of his patrons were like, hey, we want you to bring this in. He looks me in the face. He goes, I tried it and I just wasn't impressed. I wasn't wowed. That's what was exactly. I wasn't wowed by guidance. And I was like, okay. And my friends were there and they're getting mad. They're like, what? And I was like, gentlemen, let's listen. And because if you listen to people, they'll tell you like who they really are.
Yep.
Now I'm looking across his back bar and I see Fireball. Let's just start there. Okay. So
is this at a bar or house?
This is a bar.
Okay.
This is one place that we tried to get guidance into.
Gotcha.
And I'm thinking to myself, did Fireball wow you? You see what I mean?
Good point.
Did everything you have on this bar wow you? But I didn't say that. I listened, and he said, I like a rye. Are you planning on doing a rye? Are you planning on doing this? Are you planning and offering all these ways that I can change my product? And when I told him, I said, you know what, man? When you're ready, let me help you make the drink that you want to make. And his whole attitude changed. He's like, really? I said, yeah, let me get you some rye samples and say, because I think you should serve what you love here. Because this is your place. But you can't change mine.
Yeah, I love that.
You see what I mean?
Yeah. What is that, what is that? That's wisdom, that's discernment, that's staying the course, that's knowing your worth and sticking with it. Where does that come from?
That's my mom, man.
Oh, yeah?
That's my mom, my grandparents. Like